On this episode of Dirt Road Traveler, we're spending 48 hours in
Edinburgh.
I love this mural by Trench 1 that's across from our B&B. Other than Egypt, I don't think I've ever been in a burial place as old as this, as we are here in Edinburgh. It's spectacularly beautiful in its own way. And as we walk through the cemetery, seeing dates like 1792, we can't help but look up and to our right, the castle on the hill. We'll take a deeper look at that tomorrow. It's always important to rub the nose. So this area that we're walking is full of military monuments, and this recognizes the American men of Scottish descent that joined the fight during World War I. Another angle of the castle from down below. Very impressive. And a monument to recognize the Royal Scots Greys, the men that fought in World War I. Well, if you know Team Dirt Road Traveler, you know it's that time. There is something about the consistency of a Hard Rock Cafe, especially
After 24 kilometers of walking.
yeah, there's that too. Hard Rock Cafe number 34. Never disappoints. Another really cool mural. And while we're here in Edinburgh, we're staying at the Cruachan Guest House. The very end of the Union Canal are all these wonderful swans. And gents, if you're lonely, there's a spot here at East Fountain Bridge for a quick pint or two. As we're making our way over to the Royal Mile, we pass Cold Town House, which is a beer that we quite liked while we've been here, and this amazing view of the castle sitting atop Castle Rock. Okay, one of the priorities is, of course, the Royal Mile. We're currently at the top of Castle Hill. We'll be back here in a little while. So let's go for a walk on the Royal Mile. Deacon Brody's is one of the really cool spots here on the mile. Well, it turns out that Cindy's feeling a little humorous. And no visit to the mile would be the same without coming to the heart of Midlothian. So this, the 11th day that we've been in Scotland, I finally see the image of the national animal, the unicorn. Such beauty. The one, the only, Adam Smith. Yeah, I don't know who he is, but, you know, he has a monument. As you're walking the Royal Mile, make sure that you take a look and walk down some of the little alleyways. They're called close. And you just don't know what you're going to see until you get in. And here is a kilt maker. Let's go inside and visit St Jiles Cathedral. Nice note about St Giles is there's no admission fee to go inside and take a tour. Some of the beautiful stained glass in here. It's a lovely cathedral. All right, so it's 11 a.m. on a Friday. We're at the Edinburgh Castle. We were told in no uncertain terms to prepay for our tickets, order them online. It's 11 a.m. The castle is sold out for the day. So heed this advice. Get your tickets in advance. The Edinburgh Castle Ice Cream Man. We're a wee early for our 11:30 tour tickets, so we stopped to grab an ice cream from the Edinburgh Castle Ice Cream Man. Okay, we're heading through the gate, and we have to be quick in case that comes down on us. Wow. So we're just barely in through the main gate of the castle, and this is the view. Absolutely beautiful. This is the statue of Earl Haig here in the palace. This is the western view. And right now it's super windy up here. Oi. Let's go inside St. Margaret's Chapel. This is St. Margaret's Chapel. This is the chapel altar. So we did treat ourselves to having afternoon tea and Prosecco and gin here while we're in the castle. So we're very excited to share what we get as part of this lovely package. And here's the menu for our afternoon tea. It's early in the day, so the tea room is fairly quiet. It's lovely. Oh my. So our tea has sweet, savory, and scones for each of us. So we're heading in, but the rules are no photography. Cindy gives you a sense of the size of this fireplace and the shield above it. Oh, what a day. Here in the castle, having tea and lunch in a castle, that was pretty much a very cool thing, and the gin was awesome. How was the Prosecco? Beautiful. It was beautiful. The crown jewels, amazing. Sadly, we can't share video because we're not allowed to video while we're in there. Anyways, we hope you're enjoying this episode of Dirt Road Traveler while we spend 48 hours in Edinburgh. If you enjoy this video, please think about giving us a thumbs up. If you have comments about what you've seen in the video, please share your comments. We love those. And if you're not already a subscriber to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It lets YouTube know that we're doing good things, that people are enjoying our videos, and we won't spam you or anything like that. We've got a lot more ahead on this video. We're going to the theater, another Michelin star restaurant, and another distillery tour. So keep on watching. and start your day early. We're just coming out of the castle now. It's 1:30, and this is the droves of people on the mile. And this is the Elephant House, the birthplace of Harry Potter. We figured that it would be a good idea to actually have a beer in Elephant House while we're here, so now we do it. So we're checking out Belfield for the first time here at the Elephant House, the home of all thoughts important about Harry Potter when J.K. Rowling was thinking about the series. So sticking along the theme of Harry Potter, this is the Greyfriars Cemetery, and a number of the characters and places in Harry Potter are actually named after people resting here in this cemetery. And then there's the great little fountain of the Greyfriars body just outside of the cemetery. As you know, we're not normally museum visitors, but we were told this one is worth a visit and the admission is free. And just walking into the main hall in itself is worth the visit. A sperm whale head? Here's a statue that we didn't see while we were in Egypt. And Buddha Amida. And then there's this room. Feels kind of like Shark Week, but not on TV. Starting to change my mind about museums. In our video of our walk from Linlithgow to South Queensferry, we showed you Mr. Watt's cottage. Well, here he is in the museum. And this is the Watt steam engine. And 3 depictions of the 4th bridge that we saw in South Queensferry. And for all my friends in the fashion world, there's an entire wing dedicated to the history of fashion. Some of the designs are pretty impressive. So, people may ask, what's the biggest difference between Glasgow and Edinburgh? Well, the biggest difference is Wellington doesn't have a cone on his head here. We're just getting to the Playhouse and there's these awesome giraffes outside. Very interesting. And this is the Edinburgh Playhouse. We're here for Here You Come Again with Dolly Parton. So this is our gin and crisps. The crisps are in cans, and I'm pretty impressed with that. And this is the inside of the Edinburgh Playhouse. The Edinburgh Playhouse, by the way, is celebrating its 95th anniversary this year. Anyways, I'm not supposed to be taking photographs or videos, so we're gonna shut down. We're gonna enjoy our show, and we'll give you a recap after. Well, we're just walking out of the show, and it was, I don't know, spectacular.
Oh my God, it was fantastic.
So if you get the chance, if it comes to where you are, go and see Here We Come Again,
Yes.
Dolly Parton.
Yes.
See it. So being a little artsy with the Maxwell statue in front of the Melville Monument. The Melville Monument is in St Andrew's Square, just ahead of us. And of course, if you want to be lying around in the St Andrew's Garden, you won't be alone. And right behind the St Andrew's Garden is the Royal Bank of Scotland. And let me tell you, it's a beautiful property. And this is the explanation plaque for the beautiful monument here on the Royal Bank of Scotland grounds. And this area that we're in, we're visiting the Portrait Museum, but just wanted to visit the Great Hall. And it is a beautiful, beautiful space. So, highly recommend you find some time to come in and check it out. Great Hall is on Queen Street. We entered sort of from St Andrew to Queen. And of course, no visit to Scotland or Edinburgh is complete without a visit to Robbie Burns. We know that the Scotch thistle is Scotland's national flower, but talk about huge. A walk along Rose Street gets you off the heavy traffic of Princess Street and the touristy isms of George Street. And we're quite enjoying it. It feels like a back alley without being in a back alley. And there's this lovely rose at this intersection on Rose Street. And every now and again, the 12-year-old boy in me comes out and I giggle when I see this pub. I just can't help myself. We're gonna take a wander through this farmer's market. And from the farmer's market, just a little look up and to the left is where we were standing yesterday, looking down this way. This building was dedicated in 1696. My favorite song of all time is Taxi by Harry Chapin. And this pub, just the name, had me start singing Taxi. Well, I had to stop and take a look at that one. Well, Lady Lawson Street is where the timber yard is, so let's go on up. Today's unassuming front entrance for a Michelin star meal, Timber Yard in Edinburgh. Let's head inside. We're just settling in, and the vibe in here is absolutely amazing. Our starters have arrived, and we have a cold tomato broth, house fermented products, and these puffs have a cheese inside that we're really looking forward to, along with their house-made sourdoughs. So I'm having duck for my main, and Cindy is having the red mullet. And both of us are quite impressed and quite happy with our choice for our main.
So desserts, no matter what we discuss here, dessert is still coming as scheduled. Some people like to have, linger with some cheese after they've had their meal before they have something sweet.
Okay.
So if you'd like to hear what the cheese is, then I can show you what we got.
So with today having been our 10th Michelin star meal, we're having our final course, which is our dessert. Mine is blackcurrant leaf ice cream with a biscuit on top. And Cindy's is something also beautiful, fig and something else.
Raspberries.
And raspberries. So, Tibriard, our recommendation is super high.
Super high.
Super high. And they are definitely, from a service perspective, taste perspective, environment perspective, all perspectives, very much worthy of having received their Michelin star. I just found it interesting, this bug with the graffiti with the old building. Okay, so let's be honest with ourselves. Your university might be a pretty cool university, but do you have a student that was born in 1641 on your honor roll? I don't think so. And a little bit more prestige to the Edinburgh University. This is like super impressive. Oh yeah, we're at the gate into the Edinburgh University. Okay, this was my first opportunity to do this. Guys, if you've never been to Europe or the UK, this is the urinal setup in a typical men's bathroom in a pub or restaurant. Yes, shoulder to shoulder troughing.
We can't be arsed doing these. Like, in the nicest way possible, it's just too busy. Like, we need room, and this room becomes full.
What a tour. So we've been at 56 North, having our South Loch Gin distillery tour. And when you're here, if you get the opportunity, this is really worth it. And plus, at 20 quid for the tour, you drink that much gin. So basically you're getting the tour for nothing. Well, as we walk through the park on the way back to our B&B, this ends our 48 hours in Edinburgh. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Dirt Road Traveler, and we look forward to seeing you on our next leg of our adventure. Bye for now.